Hi everyone, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you so much for clicking on this video and choosing to practice with me today, which is going to be a little yoga routine focusing on building strength through the core and through the arms. So you won't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat, and whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay, so let's begin today by coming towards the back of our mats in this kneeling position if it's comfortable, and go ahead and just take a few big rolls through the shoulders, trying to bring as much movement through the shoulder joints as we can, taking a few big rolls back and then maybe a few forwards, loosening up the upper back. And then finish with a few more moving backwards. And then let the shoulder blades settle down the back. Let the arms hang nice and heavy. And then as we inhale, we reach both hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. And again, we take a nice big inhale, reach the hands all the way up. This time as we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, find our cactus arms. So we want to keep a 90-degree bend in the elbows. We also want to keep the elbows up and in line with the shoulders. And then start to open the elbows back. Start to draw the chest up towards the sky. Little bit of a back bend here. Maybe take the gaze up to the sky. Take a few deep breaths here. And try to focus on bringing those shoulder blades together at the back as much as we can for one more big breath in, full exhale out, and then release the hands, and let's come forward onto hands and knees. So moving into our tabletop here, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and we take a few cat-cow. So inhale forward into your cow, drop the belly, tailbone up, exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, cat pose. Inhale, roll forwards, exhale, take it under, round the spine. Just continue here in time with your own breath. Moving with every inhale and exhale here, trying to bring as much movement through the back as we can. Every time we exhale, trying to separate those shoulder blades, stretching out the upper and middle back. Let's take one more full round of breaths, an inhale and an exhale. And then come back into your tabletop, into center. We're going to tuck the toes under, spread the fingers wide, and then whenever you're ready, lift to your downward facing dog. So the hips lift, send them back, and then maybe pedal out the feet. So start to bring a nice stretch through the hamstrings. Keep focusing on sending the hips a little further back each time. Let the head hang nice and heavy here. And then come back into stillness. And in your downward facing dog, we're going to take a nice generous bend through the knees. Try to bring that chest as close towards the mat as you can. We should start to feel a nice deep stretch for the upper back here. Take one more breath in this position. And then on your next exhale, we're going to straighten out the legs. We're going to shoot the body weight forwards into our plank. So in your plank pose here, taking a few deep breaths. Start to activate your core here. Pull the belly button back towards the spine. Find strength in those arms, pressing the hands firmly into the mat. Maybe find a little bit of a rock forwards and backwards here on the toes. Keep breathing, keep that core engaged the entire time. And then come back into your plank. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the hips, send them back into your downward facing dog. As we exhale, we're going to roll the spine forwards into plank. Inhale, lift the hips, send them back, downward dog. Exhale, come forward, plank. Inhale, lift the hips, downward dog. Exhale, forward to plank, and continue on like this. Inhaling to come back, exhale to come forwards. Bringing as much movement through the spine as we can. Keeping that core engaged the entire time. Let's take one more. And then the next time that we're in our plank, we're going to stop, we're going to hold. We're only here for another few breaths. Maybe we lift one hand, tap the opposite shoulder, and same thing other side. So we just find a little tap, 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 transferring the weight each side. Keep that core tight. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and then drop the knees, toes together, and take your child's pose. So stretch the arms out long. Open up the knees if you need to, and let the forehead come down and relax. Take a few deep breaths here. Lengthen out the breath, let the arms relax. Let the neck and the upper back relax. Take one more full breath here. And then after your next exhale, release out of your child's pose. Walk your hands back towards your knees. We're just going to find a little stretch for the upper arms here before we come back into a variation of our plank. So go ahead and lift the right arm up. We can bend the elbow. Imagine trying to give yourself a big pat on the back here. Then we can gently guide that elbow a little bit further back. Keep the spine nice and long here. Keep a little bit of space in between the chin and the chest. And then release the right arm. We do the same thing other side. So the left arm comes up, hand comes somewhere towards the upper back. Just gently guiding that left elbow back, opening up the shoulder. One more breath. And then release the arms and come forwards once again into your tabletop. So back onto hands and knees, only this time where the palms of the hands are, we're going to drop down to the elbows. So keep the palms of the hands pressing into the floor, and then we're going to step the feet back, engage the core, come into this elbow plank. So hold it here. Keep the back nice and flat. Engage the core. And either stay here, or if you want a little extra challenge, we might dip the left hip towards the mat, bring it back, and the right. So just taking a little bit of a dip side to side here with your hips. Keep everything switched on. Keep those palms pressing into the mat. Let's go for 5 more each side. We can do this. And then eventually come back to center. We're going to start to walk the feet a little bit further in. We're going to start to extend the chest backwards and coming into, it almost is like a downward dog, but from the elbows. So lifting the hips up high, letting the neck hang loose, gaze back towards the toes, holding it here. We're only here for a few more breaths. Maybe on your next inhale, we're gonna send the hips forward, come back into that elbow plank. Exhale, lift the hips, send them back. Inhale to elbow plank. Exhale, lift the hips high, send them back. Inhale to plank. Exhale to lift. Let's take 3 more in your own time. And then after your final one, we can drop the knees to the floor, send the hips back, stretch the arms long, take one final child's pose here. Take this moment to let everything relax. Let the arms be heavy, the shoulders heavy, the hips, the head. And begin to focus on your exhale here. So trying to slow down every exhale. Take one more full deep breath, slow exhale. And then release by simply walking the hands all the way back towards the knees, coming back into this kneeling position. And taking a few rolls of the shoulders. And then maybe extending the arms, bringing the arms all the way up and around. Releasing any tension, releasing any tightness that we may have gathered up in the upper back, just letting it all go. And then eventually coming back to stillness and back to center. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you are feeling good after that little practice / workout. If you do, you can let me know down below. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you would like to see more from me, please subscribe. And whatever you are doing, have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.